RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
If you need to promote your band or business or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Hi, this is Bobbie Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dead fucker!
Party time!
Yes, Courtney, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world, and hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seen. My name is Izzy Presley, and it is time for another fucking podcast. Playing an old school show for you right now. Well, I mean, not this part, obviously, because I am live right now. But I'll be replaying my interview with Bobbie Brown. Yes, the Cherry Pie Girl from the Ex-Wives of Rock. Be replaying that for you. And, just a little bit. That was from, what year was that from? 2014, May of 2014. She was my second big name in studio guest. I believe the first was Billy Vera, or maybe she was first, or it was I don't remember. All I know is fucking Bobbie Brown was sitting right here in the Hurt Locker, and I was okay with it, as any red-blooded American man should be. Let us crack a cold one. Oh yeah. Oh, that is tasty. It is the holiday season. It is the Christmas season. So this might be the last show of the year. Come back beginning of 2017. Jesus Christ, 2017 already. Oh, I'm pouring myself a glorious Jack Daniels right now. Oh, I think I have enough for one more shot in there too, which is good. Good, my sweet depression juice. It is a glorious, glorious thing. Oh, it is a glorious, glorious thing. So, this may be the last show of 2016. Because on the 19th, I will not be in town. I will be in Las Vegas doing a radio show with former guest of this show, Brent Muscat, formerly of Faster Pussycat. So I'll be doing his show in Vegas, which is, I can't remember the station. It's an internet radio show, and I'm going to be bringing all the music, so we're going to play my song and maybe a couple of my songs. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, yeah, that should be awesome. I'm very excited about that. We can talk about Soundcheck Live. We can talk about all this great shit that's going on. Let's talk about Soundcheck Live this week. Lucky Strike Live. Oh, it's going to be a good old time. Every Wednesday night at Lucky Strike Live on Hollywood and Highland, Steve Ferlazzo puts together this amazing show called Soundcheck Live, and I am honored and privileged to host it each and every week. And, of course, push Ferlazzo's buttons and get talked to each week. I'm kidding. I just like being funny. That is all. But every week we do this guest curator set. I was lucky enough to do it on my birthday. And we have a cast member birthday. She's been with us a couple times with the Alice Cooper Band, and she has curated before, but Nita Strauss is coming back. It is her birthday celebration. So Take 38 will feature Nita Strauss from the Alice Cooper Band and her very, very good friends. Well, look at this. The Ginger Princess herself, Courtney Cox, will be playing.
She's a babe.
Of course, I had to get that in there just because I'm a douche. Courtney Cox will be playing Jill Janis from Huntress and Chelsea Girls, Alicia Vigil from She Demons and Hellfire Heart, Shauna Lissy, I think that's how you say her name. Who else? Kat Scarlett from Femme Fatale will be joining us again. She's been at Lucky Strike a few times. Corey Parks from Nashville Pussy and the Chelsea Girls, and Lindsay Martin from Glam Skanks and the Aviators, and Matt Baum from Jameson will all be joining Nita this Wednesday for her birthday. So that's in just 2 days. No cover each and every week. Check it out. Just every week, the show that Ferlazzo puts on is just absolutely amazing. Top-notch pro musicians and my wannabe funny ass, up there trying to entertain people and introduce everybody. And it's a good time. So if you're ever in Hollywood, you're ever in Los Angeles, get down to Lucky Strike Live every Wednesday night. No cover. Sound Check Live. Such a great show. Such a great show. Speaking of shows, let's talk about this right now. St. Patrick's Day. Yes, St. Patrick's Day. 2017, March 17th. I will be going home, so to speak. I mean, Los Angeles is home. But I will be returning to St. Cloud, going back to my old stomping grounds where I call the birth state. And I'm getting the guys back together. Oh, yes, the Midwest version, the Minnesota version of ACK, a tribute to Ace Frehley. I'm going to do a shot to that. Oh, that's so smooth. Minnesota Pete Campbell from the band Pentagram. You should be familiar with Pentagram if you're a heavy metal fan. Early 70s, basically the United States answer to Black Sabbath. Pete is playing with them now. It has been for a while. Mick Rotella from Matricus. Matricus. I think it's Matricus. Playing guitar. And the Dinga himself, the Mad Dinga, Matt Moline, playing bass. One time or two times. I think the last time that we played, when I played with those guys, Matt was playing bass. Monster bass player. Monster bass player. So we will be at Stoney's Badass Biker Bar in Rockville, Minnesota. Opening act to be announced, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a tribute act. Just got to find the right one. It's going to be a fun night. So if you are in the Minnesota area, central Minnesota, plan now. Put it on your calendars. I'm going to give you a second to do that, whether you're writing it down or putting it in your phones. Friday, March 17th, 2017. Stoney's Badass Biker Bar. Ask Cheetos for a hug. He'll give you one. I love that Cheetos. He's a good fella. Rockville, Minnesota. Come see us. Come hang. It's a St. Patrick's Day celebration, and I guess we can call it a little Izzy's homecoming party before I come right back to Los Angeles a couple days later. Basically, I'm going to fly in. We're going to rehearse. We're going to go play. Then we're going to get drunk. Because that's what you do in the Midwest. You drink a lot. Mick Golden Lights in my future, a Juicy Lucy in my future. Hey, follow us. Check out the social media pages for ACK, a tribute to Ace Frehley. That's on Facebook. Just put in ACK, A-C-K, Ace Frehley, and you will find it. Ack is also on Twitter, on that Twitter machine, which is at Ack Ace Tribute. I believe. You'll find it. You will find it. Follow me on Twitter, at Izzy_Presley, on my quest for 1 million followers. I believe I'm at getting close to 1,800. Creeping up there. Getting close. And of course, the Facebook page for this show, which is, yes, another effing podcast. And my personal page for everything I'm doing and everything where I'm going to be is at Izzy Presley 1 on Facebook. So make sure you follow that. And make sure, please, please, please support the great people that support this show. Rockstar Leatherworks. You heard that. Vid Decals. You heard that. Sass Pants Designs. This one's for you ladies. And this is a great read for this show because, I've got Bobbie Brown on it. Old interview, but still doesn't change the fact that Bobbie Brown was here a couple years ago. Holy shit, almost 3 years ago. May will be 3 years. Damn. So, Sass Pants Designs used to be Dead Threads. Melissa, what she does is she takes old school or new school rock shirts and turns them into like super sexy things. Tube top dresses, tank tops, you name it, she can do it. Check her out. Sass Pants Designs on Facebook. Can't miss it. And then check out her Etsy page. You can buy stuff. You can send stuff to her to get it customized. She is great. Check that shit out. And yes, beater amplification. Hand-wired, handcrafted amps. Amazing fucking heads. Oh my God, I love mine. Mine's just a loaner until the TCB1 is done and ready to be shipped to California. It may take a little while. So he sent me, this is how great they are over there. They sent me their prototype. So I have something to play on. I can get out there. I can show people how amazing these fucking amps are. Beater amplification. That's 2 E's. These things are so great. I've been bequeathed the Richie Kotzen RK5 pedal with the OMG on it, which is an amazing fucking overdrive. Now, when I'm practicing, of course, I'm not going to, turn up the big rig in the house. So I got this tiny little acoustic amp that I use for practice. It's a little solid state gimmick. Sounds all right. I plug that RK5 in there and use that fucking OMG pedal. It sounds like a tube amp. It sounds beautiful. It sounds just like the beater. And this is the thing with that fucking beater is I don't need an overdrive pedal because the sounds that I get out of an overdrive pedal are already in that fucking amp. And this is a hand-wired tube amp. I don't need anything other than, whatever you're doing, a little reverb, delay if you need it, or if you're doing like Van Halen shit, obviously you got to have the phaser and yada, yada, yada. But that beater is something else. If you're a guitar player, check that out. Beater amplification, Beeter. Holy sheep shit. I'm a lucky motherfucker. That's all I got to say. To have that amp and it sound like that. And this is the other really cool fucking thing about these is that they're 100 watts and they're tube, but they're wired and they're set up so you can pull 2 of those tubes and have a 50 watt amp. Regular tube amps you can't do that with. But these are wired so you can do that. So, I mean, how often do you need a 100 watt fucking amp? You're playing fucking stadiums. That's when you need 100 watt fucking heads. These, you can pull 2 out. 2 of those tubes out. And you've got a 50 watt head. It's fucking great. I love it. I love it. I cannot wait till the TCB1 is done. That's my signature amp. And also, Rockwood Saloon. Tony over at the Rockwood Saloon does custom pants, leather stuff. He made me this amazing leather vest. St. Cloud, you will see it in person. Oh, yes. Yes, you will. It's amazing leather vest. You got a band, he can do your t-shirts. He can design anything. The Rockwood Saloon. Check him out on Facebook. Go find their website. I know he's just got some beanies that he's doing. He just did some killer fucking hooded sweatshirts. And I think there's zip up in the front too, which makes them even cooler. So you don't have to fuck your hair up when you put them on. Check him out. Check him out. You really need to check him out. If you're a rock fan, you like customized shit, go check it out. The Rockwood Saloon. All right. So let's see. We've talked about Ack playing at Stoney's. We've talked about me doing Brent Muscat show on the 19th. How this is probably the last show of 2016. Unless we can squeeze a Drunken Summit in before the end of it. Who knows? Maybe we can. I should look for a sponsor for the Drunken Summit to give us the alcohol. That would be cool. I've got some ideas. Believe it or not, one of them is not Jack Daniels. Oh, shit! Speaking of Jack Daniels, I haven't done the auction yet. I've got this bottle. Hold on. I'm going to go up and grab a bottle. I've got this bottle, and the last one that we auctioned it off for charity. Went to the SoCal Bulldog Rescue, which we're going to do again. So basically, the in-studio guests, I have signed this bottle. Then I auction off for charity. This is bottle number 2. Let's see on the front. We have Neil Turbin, who was just on the show a couple of weeks ago. We have Courtney Cox. We have Rafael Moriera from Paul Stanley's band, Genocide, and Rachel Rhine from Paradise Kitty. God, who else is on here? I can't read these signatures. I don't know. I have to go back and look because it's been a while. Courtney was the first one I put on here, so I have to look. It was after Courtney, in studio guests. Oh, let's see. Let's take a gander since I got this page up already. Anyways, all right. Go to this. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Okay. Hey, 5 people are listening. That's awesome. Good to see you. Episodes. Let's go episodes. Okay. You know what? Before I do this, we should probably tag Bob. Fuck it. We don't have to tag her. That's what she said. All right. Oh, shit. I almost deleted something by accident. Oh, I almost deleted that one, too. We don't want to do that. Okay, there's Courtney. Courtney's episode. Okay, so Morgan Bailey from Transgender Film Star is also on there. That's a killer episode. If you haven't heard that episode, go back and look at Raphael. Luis, I don't know if did I have Luis sign this? I know I didn't. I should have brought it out when we did that live thing with Terry. Okay, Chia. I can't remember. I don't think I had him sign it. John Regan was a phoner. Oh, Kotzen, phone. It's a replay. Labar, phoner. Luis again. Rachel. Yeah, okay. Neil Turbin. Was there one on there before Courtney? Let me see. Okay, Doro was on the phone. Yeah, I think that's it. So we're looking at Courtney. We're looking at Morgan Bailey. We're looking at Rafael Moriera. I'm pretty sure I had Luis sign this. If he didn't, I'll have him sign it. Jenna and Rachel. Yeah, and Neil Turbin. All right, so Courtney, Neil, Morgan, Raphael, Jenna, Rachel. We got a couple spots left on this. We'll wait till next year. I got to fill this sumbitch up and figure out who else is on it. What can I say? All right. So that's what's coming up. T-shirts. I'm going to make T-shirts available within the next few days. Not quite sure what they're going to say, but it'll probably be Muff Magnet, or I'll make the Loyal Minion shirts available again. Unless you guys would rather have the Sheboygan shirts again. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get it figured out. Maybe we'll do the Muff Magnet. I think we should do Muff Magnet. We need new ones. Muff Magnet and the Loyal Minions. So those will be the two shirts that are available. And that's a great way for you to support the show. I mean, you don't want to send me money. That's fine. You can send me money. You can support the show monetarily. I appreciate that. That is a glorious, glorious thing. Izzy.Presley@gmail is your PayPal if you want to support the show monetarily. You want to buy T-shirts? The link will be up soon. So, all right. So here's the deal. I'm going to take a short break. 1 minute break, playing 2 spots. And I'll be right back with Bobbie Brown. It's another fucking podcast.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Body time.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com. Welcome, the author, Miss Bobbie Brown. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
Dude, it's great to have you. We're trying to do this for a while. It finally worked out.
Yeah, I know.
And I got to get this out of the way. All the assholes that made fun of me when I was a kid, Bobbie Brown is in my bedroom right now, so fuck off.
Oh,
Yay. All right, that's out of the way. Good. Bobbie, how you doing?
I'm great.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I love the book.
Thank you.
Dirty Rocker Boys. Was it like number 6?
It switches like every day, but it's been in the top 100 since it came out, so... You know, in different literary categories, so it just depends on the day and what category or whatever. But yeah, it's still going strong apparently.
Well, that's great, and you really open up, like no holds barred in this. Have you got any backlash from anybody that you wrote about?
Tommy, a little bit, not publicly, but to his sister. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one story that really kind of boggled my mind a little bit is the Dave Navarro one. Now was the first guy that you kind of went out of your way to meet. Yeah. And you finally end up at a party at his place. He comes out of his basement where he's having sex with somebody else.
It's back to, actually, that's where his bedroom was.
His bedroom, okay.
Yeah.
And, oh, hey, how you doing? Watch this video of me jerking off while I go have sex more. And you stayed.
Yeah. Well, I was hanging with a bunch of other friends. It was kind of like a party. It wasn't like I was there by myself. And I was like, okay, I'm going to wait till you're done. But, yeah. And plus I was trying to pretend like I was too cool for school. So I was just like, oh, yeah, nope, no problem. You know, no big deal. But it was really traumatizing. It was pretty crazy.
But you ended up being good friends with him.
Yeah, totally. He's a great guy. He's actually very witty, funny, you know, smart person, and good friend, actually. So.
Well, that's good. It's still to this day.
Yeah. I mean, we don't keep in contact all the time, but if we see each other, it's always like hugs and hi, you know?
Well, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, the Tommy Pam stuff, you really get into pretty deep. I guess I didn't realize that you two were engaged as he got married.
Right.
Then you went on a press bit right as you found out. You're the one that kind of broke it to the world.
Yeah, I was hurt. I was a woman scorned, definitely. So yeah, I alerted the press. I didn't take any money for it. I kind of thought they deserved it, and I let the world know where they were. I kind of wanted to ruin their little trip. Is basically my
right.
Yeah.
Looking back, any regrets about that?
No, not really. Not really.
Well, that's the one thing I love about the book too. Is like the only regret that you said you had was putting your daughter through all this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's and I'll always feel that way, of course, because you always want to be with your child. So
right.
But yeah, that's. I mean, I am who I am today for all the experiences that I've had. So I can't. I can't. I mean, I wish I would have prioritized other things or made better choices, but I can't change that now. So, yeah, to sit and regret is sucky.
Well, exactly. And I've always said this along too. It's like no matter what happens throughout your life, it still makes you what you are today. So there's no reason to look back and go, "Oh shit, I should have did that or I should have done that." So that's one of the things I really love about the book.
Thank you.
Now, Pamela stopped you from getting in Playboy?
That's just what I was told. I don't know if that's true because I wasn't at that meeting, but that's what I was told. Who knows? Right.
Yeah. And did you ever? Has there ever been any chance to kind of do something like that after that?
Yeah, I mean, actually, yes. There's been a couple of situations here and there, but then at that moment, I'd have been dating somebody who was like, "Don't do it," or I've had many opportunities to be in Playboy, but it's always been somebody not wanting me to. So.
You think that would have bolstered your career at all if you would have?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Sex always sells, I think.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
This is absolutely true. Now, you had a nice little bat with drugs, too.
Mm-hmm. A little one, yeah. It was probably bigger than a little, but yeah.
Yeah, just a tinge. A tinge. How are you today?
I'm good.
You good? You still clean?
Yeah, I mean, I drink, but I never really had a problem with alcohol. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, plus, I do things celebratory now,
right?
As opposed to disappear or not feel, or it's a whole different ball game.
What was it that kind of got you hooked? Was it just that first hit, going, "Oh shit, this is awesome"?
Well, no. Back then, it was to lose weight, and it was what everybody did, kind of, and it was everywhere. But it was more so when I got, when I was hurt or depressed or sad about something, that's when it got full on, like hardcore. But it really started initially for weight loss, pretty much for my agency. Like all the girls in the agency were doing it, so that's kind of how, and then it spiraled out of control when, when things got crazy.
It kind of led to you losing your modeling career pretty much, right?
Yeah, basically. Yep. And a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you didn't put in here?
Lots.
Really?
Yeah, lots. Yeah, I have like 3 books full of stories that I could tell. But they had to cut a bunch of it out.
Right.
So.
How many guys didn't end up in here?
That part didn't really. That part I pretty much covered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that part I pretty much covered. And then people make comments like, "Oh, she did this many guys." Well, if you actually count, there's not that many guys that actually got to have sex with me. It was just attempted hookups that went horribly awry. And I pretty much sabotaged and turned them into be funny stories. So, but no, there's no stories of any other guys that I have, but I have funny stories.
Right. Well, I like the one about when, I think it was Jani was jealous because he thought you were fucking Tammy.
Yeah, like... Honestly, I mean, I can say this, even though people, have a misunderstanding of it. I am pretty hard to get unless I want you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, people, back then people were trying to date me left and right, and I just didn't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't care. I thought it was amusing, and I was like, whatever. I had such an ego back then, so, that's changed. But
well, and I think it's no different than any other girl. It's just you happen to be famous,
I mean, I never really felt like I was famous, but I see what you're saying, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, you were single for a little while, and
I was single a long time, yeah.
And I heard you on the Dean Del Rey podcast. You were doing online dating?
That's how I met my boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you jump on the bike here really quick, because I got to hear about this.
Come here, Ray.
Okay, so you two met through online dating. Now, when you first sent the picture, did you believe that was actually her?
Not really. I was trying to catch a catfish, I think.
I didn't even know what that meant.
And okay, so you see the picture, it's like there's no fucking way. And so you knew who she was before?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
he didn't believe it was me.
Right. And now what? When you guys first met, Tell me that story. I'm kind of curious about this shit.
Shit. I don't know.
What's your version, babe?
How long were you guys talking online before you finally met?
A month or so?
Probably a month. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
We started talking. I went out of town. It was like close to the holiday season, so I went out of town for like a wedding and then came back, and that's when we first, I think, started hanging out.
Yeah.
What was the first date?
I think we just had drinks like at home.
At my house, he came over. I had a radio interview, and he sat and watched me do my interview. And that was it. We just hung out, had chips and drinks, and and then you had to leave.
You introduced me to putting cream cheese in the salsa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Okay, you're getting me hooked with food right now.
I know. But yeah, and then we just hung out that week a lot, and then Christmas kind of came around, and we just started hanging out all the time.
See, folks, it can happen. It's real. We all have that fantasy that, we're going to meet somebody famous in online dating. Bullshit. It actually happens. Why don't you introduce yourself to the world, please?
Oh, I'm Josh.
Here's my boyfriend, Josh. Yeah. He's like,
I'm not good with intros, but...
That's all right. Are you a band guy? Are you just a regular guy? Just a music fan? Or
I
what?
used to sing for this band, Joy Island, but it's no longer together. We got a new project coming out, so
He's a great singer.
Cool. Well, when you get that shit ready, why don't you come back? I'll have you guys on.
That'd be cool.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Nice to meet you, sir. Now, there's one thing that I like to do here. I just started this last week.
Okay.
I do a cock block / clam jam story of the week.
Whoa.
And clam jam would be like one of your girlfriends cock blocking you.
Okay.
Do you have a good one where you cock block somebody or somebody clam jammed you?
Like somebody kept me from hooking up with a guy or something?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, I'm not competitive. So anytime I ever found that my girlfriends were trying to be competitive with me, I would just always say, look, you're tripping for no reason. Don't compete with me because you'll lose.
Right.
If I were to compete with you for any of this shit, but I don't even want that, you know? Like, so, but my friends used to hate that I would say that. If you compete with me, you'll lose, but I don't compete with people, so don't trip. And they hated when I said that, but like, I make it really clear, like what I'm after and what I'll tolerate or not with people. Like, there's never been any confusion over like, no, I liked him. Like, it's never like that for me, because I'm pretty much straightforward about what's up.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the X-Files of Rock.
Yeah.
You guys are on your third season.
Yep.
And it's on what? Is it on Fuse now?
Fuse Network in the States and Slice Network in Canada.
The thing that really boggled me about that story is Lorraine got you through MySpace in 2011.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that still remembers their password, and you were still on MySpace.
No. She got me on MySpace in like 2009, 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, she contacted me because this was all just a thought when I met her. So yeah, it took quite a few years to actually get it to, picked up and filmed and all that whole thing. It was a good 3 years. So when I met her, it was just in the I have an idea phase. So, and it was like the very tail end of MySpace, where I was checking my MySpace like once a week.
Well, still at that time, that's a lot when it comes to MySpace, I guess.
Well, I was one of the last people to jump on the Facebook bandwagon, for sure. I was against it because every time I would open it, it would just make me want to play all these stupid games at first. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And my brother was like, no. Trust me. This is the thing to do. And I was like, I just hate it. So finally I did it, but I did it reluctantly. I didn't know that you didn't have to play the stupid games. Right. I didn't know that. So, yeah.
So the show's going great.
The show's doing wonderfully. We got picked up for a third season, 26 episodes this time, not just 14, which is great. And it's going to be a great season, even better than the last. And I say that every season, but it is going to be. And same shenanigans, same group of us just being complete retards. And that's a horrible thing to say. I can't say that word. I can't.
Well,
people get offended. I don't mean it against mental ill people. I just mean silly gooses.
Absolutely. And I think that word is kind of changing to that now anyways.
Yeah, I said tard on another interview, and somebody was like, I can't believe you would go against the mental ill of the... I was like, that's not even what I meant. I apologize. I didn't mean to offend anyone. Of course, I never mean to offend anyone.
Right, absolutely.
So I just mean sillies, little sillies.
Well, it's, when I was doing radio back in Minneapolis... my afternoon show, I called it the fun bus, or, the short bus.
Oh.
And one person got offended because their kid was like, is he talking about me? No.
People are very easily offended. I mean, honestly, I have to say, like the day I did the Brandy Glanville show, everybody came out of the woodworks like, going crazy. Because she's very controversial, I guess. But that's what I like about people. So, yeah, people are always offended by something. And I'm all like, it's nothing personal, dude. Really?
I know. People just need to lighten the fuck up.
Yeah, I think so. I think that, that somebody should put a fucking light post under someone's ass so they can lighten the fuck up somewhere.
I totally agree. I was kind of bummed because last season, you guys were at the pre-party for the Monsters of Rock cruise, and I had gotten to town that night, but I didn't get to go to the party.
Oh, yeah.
So I was kind of bummed because I wanted to see you guys then. But I mean, what do you remember about that party?
It was
anything.
It was like being locked in the closet with all of your biggest fans.
Right.
Kind of, because it's all from that genre, that musical genre. So everybody is kind of like, wah! And I was like, whoa, that was. Let's put it this way. That party, let me know that people watched our show or that we had fans out there, because Fuse doesn't really promote us at all. You have to know about the show to even know to go watch it, unfortunately. But that party let me know that we actually do have a following, because it was crazy.
I was kind of bummed. I was hoping you guys would be on the boat too.
Athena I was supposed to be, but I had to finish my book and I pulled out at the last second, so I didn't go, unfortunately.
Yeah, because you missed the unveiling of the Mankini.
I don't even know what that is.
I wore this green fucking
onesie.
Yeah.
Oh, hot. Sounds
it
very sexy.
was good. It was very. I actually ended up on stage with Femme Fatale wearing it.
Oh wow, that's amazing. I wish I had photos of that. It's funny.
Oh,
they were awesome though, right?
Oh yeah, they were great.
Lorraine's amazing.
Yeah, it was a really fun. I had never seen them back in the day, and that's the one cool thing is about the cruise is like you get to see all these bands that I didn't get to see back then.
I know. Huh?
And I'm 41, but.
Well, you're younger than me, but
yeah, just by a couple years.
Yeah,
you're not that old.
No,
you still look like you're late 20s, early 30s anyway.
Good answer. That's really good. Thank you.
That's how I roll. All right. And we are here taking a short little break. Going to give some love to some sponsors. You are listening to the Bobbie Brown interview from May of 2014. I believe she was my second big time in studio guest. And fun interview. Great to talk to her. She looked amazing. I mean, of course she did. This is Bobbie fucking Brown we're talking about. So, we're going to take a short little break and be right back with part 2 of Bobbie Brown. It's another fucking podcast. RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
It is another fucking podcast, and in studio on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
Thank you.
Miss Bobbie Brown and her boyfriend Josh. I'm not forgetting you, brother. You're there. I want to talk about Jani for a little bit.
Okay.
Before we get out of here.
Okay.
And the last time I saw Jani was really a kind of a weird situation because he was with Great White.
Okay.
And he looked good and he was sober. He was on top of his game. He sounded great, but Warrant was actually opening for them.
Really?
It was one show.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was really weird because right before they started, Warrant was doing their little meet and greet, on the side, and then like as soon as they started, they bolted. They were gone.
Yeah.
And I just remember one of the guys. I don't want name names or whatever, but I just saw this glare going towards the stage.
Wait, okay, so I'm confused.
One of the Warrant guys
was glaring at Great White.
Yeah,
because Jani was singing for them.
It was just like this weird vibe.
Let me think about who that could be.
Yeah.
Okay.
When was the last time you talked to Jani?
Wow, I talked to him the month he definitely the month he died for sure. Right. He asked to move in with me. Last time I saw him was the Thanksgiving before he died, and because I hadn't seen him in a while. But I mean, we talked often because we have a daughter.
Right.
But yeah, the month he died.
And that is that the? No, that's not the story in the book. When you went there and he asked, when he told you the story about what happened to him.
What do you mean?
Something about what happened to him right when he was breaking.
Oh no, that didn't happen right. But that happened like a couple years before. His death.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how hard were you trying to help him? With his alcohol, it was. I mean, obviously, it was a tough battle.
Of course, I tried everything I could.
Mm-hmm.
I did a bust his door down of his house, unbeknownst to him, and like literally kick his door in and be like, let's get your shit, like an intervention.
Right.
Before his last wife, who was just his girlfriend at the time. And I just kicked the door in and was like, that's it. We're going to the hospital, blah, whatever. Did one of those. I've done everything. Tried every angle, you do the tough love, you do the don't call me, you do the, I'll take you to get help. Like, what can I do? Like every angle, but there's nothing really I could do. I think that he chose where he was in that last year. Like he chose to be with her. He knew she wasn't good for him, or she wasn't supportive. But I think it was because, how like when you date somebody that doesn't love you and treats you like shit, and you think that you're in love with them, or you think that's what you deserve, and you stick around, like you feel like you don't deserve better, so you kind of stay in that. I feel like he knew that. Like I feel like he picked her or something. I don't know, so he could be in this fucked up situation. I don't really know. That's just my opinion.
Right.
But she was not supportive. She didn't support his career. She wasn't, nice to him. It was pretty obvious, I thought. And he was always, always unstable. Like, I love you, I love you, I love you to her every 5 seconds. And she'd be like, love you too. It was unfortunate. But, so he was always stressed out with her. And so he was trying to leave her towards the end. But that didn't happen.
Being, going through what you went through with the drugs and seeing him go through this, how difficult was it for you?
It was really hard because, he was pretty hardcore. I mean, he wanted to die. He would scream he wanted to die. He would always hurt himself when he was drunk, really badly. And when you have somebody like that hurting themselves in the care of someone who doesn't give a shit, like they just get more and more hurt, which was what was happening. And, and she pretty much tried to keep us all away. So, there's really nothing we could do. I mean, he knew that I was always there, and that's why I have a lot of regret about when he asked to move in with me, because I was living with my boyfriend at the time. I was like, you can't move in with me and my boyfriend. So, that's one thing. So, but yeah, he always knew he could count on me or reach out to me for whatever. And I would always be there. So, and that's the one time I couldn't. And,
Well, and it's weird because obviously being in Minneapolis and not being in the scene and all this stuff, you kind of don't really know what's happening out here and all that. And so when I found out that Jani died, it was like, wow, that's really shocking. Yeah. And then I interviewed a guitar player from Great White, and his name is escaping me right now. And
Mark?
No, Mark.
I can't think of it.
Why am I drawing a fucking?
I don't know because you need to know the answer.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But we talked about when Jani was with them, he's like, I was on the phone with him every week. I was his sponsor, and I was helping him, and then it was a shock to me too.
Mm-hmm. He was doing really good towards the end there, so it was a shock to a lot of people.
Right.
And he really had this goal, like to do better and get well and blah blah blah. So and then he did that metal show where he looked great and happy, and it was just weird. It was the timing was really weird. But I feel like when you're an alcoholic, the way he did it was get sober, binge, and when you binge hardcore like that, like freeze or boil, your body just can't take it. His liver was already shot at that
Right.
point, and he had, been in had a concussion numerous times that year. Like, he just, more and more, the more you do that. And I feel like it's one thing to be consistent, an alcoholic, or consistent sober, or whatever, and it's not as hard on your body. When you do it that way, it's really, really dire, and I think that, that was just like one binge, one time too many after being clean for a month or
Right.
so, and his body couldn't take it.
Did they ever find the guy that checked into the hotel with him?
Nope. No. I'd still love to know who that was, but yeah, no, they didn't.
And no, correct me if I'm wrong, there was no identification on him. The only thing that he had was the note that said, "I'm Jani Lane."
That was I talked to the detective, and apparently that was a myth. That didn't even happen. So
Okay.
I'm like, okay, great. But he was checked under an alias. No one even knew he was there, with a "Do Not Disturb" sign on the door. He wasn't found for 2 days.
Oh, wow.
He had, no, he didn't have like ID or a phone or anything. He was naked, no shoes. That all part of it was weird and true, and had pills on the side of the bed, which he did not take, which was odd.
Okay.
Just weird circumstances, surrounding it. So
No, didn't you say that they said it wasn't alcohol poisoning?
it was.
It was.
It was
okay.
Yeah, it was alcohol poisoning. Yeah.
Okay, because I thought you said something about ethanol in there. I'm like,
Well, ethanol is
and alcohol, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, that is how he died. But he could have been taken to a hospital and not a hotel, and he would have survived.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is where he was begging to go.
Oh, really?
So I'm told, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, then we really need to find this asshole that checked
Yeah.
checked him in the hotel.
Right.
Then the other thing that really kind of gave me goosebumps, though, is when you said you were on the couch and you were napping.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
Tell us about that. Just for anybody that hasn't read the book yet.
Yeah, I was asleep, and I was living with my boyfriend at the time. I felt who I thought was him moving like the hair off of my face and touching my face, and like basically so much so that I woke up and saw that no one was there, and then I just broke into tears for some odd reason, just started crying. Like, I felt this immense loss and panic, and picked the phone up because I started calling for my boyfriend. He was nowhere to be found. I call him on the phone. I'm like, "Were you just here?" Because I just woke up. He was like, "No, I haven't been there for hours." And I'm like, "That's so fucking weird." And I was like, "Look, let's just be good to each other from now on. If something could ever happen, blah, blah, blah." Like, I just had this desperate need to be like, "Is everything okay?" And he was like, "Okay, weirdo," like, didn't know.
Right.
And then I found out the next day that was the moment he died. I found out the next day he had died, but then I found out later that at that moment when I felt that was when he died.
That was when they gave you the time of death.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the only paranormal thing you've ever had?
No.
Oh, please.
No.
Please indulge.
No, he frequently would visit. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but
No, not at all.
he would make himself very, very, it would be obvious to me.
Right.
And then I would take photos and I would feel his presence and I'd be like, I feel like he's here. I feel like Jani's here right now. And then I would get the pictures back and you see this orb in front of the photos, like a shoulder, like literally you can see it. And in that moment when I said, I feel he's here, you see an orb in that one photo. And if I had doubles, there wouldn't be like an orb in both of the doubles, like just craziness. But, I mean, I've had so many mediums reach out to me that I don't seek out, with him trying to contact me, supposedly.
Right.
Who knows if that's a realistic belief or not, but I mean, I've had numerous people.
I mean, this shit fascinates me. I mean, I love like celebrity ghost stories and the interventions and all that kind of stuff. It just fascinates me. So the only context you've had has been with Jani. You haven't had that other.
I've had mediums like bring forth, my dad, my stepdad, my grandma, like stuff like that before, but it was all in one reading.
Right. It wasn't just like random things where, oh shit, I see something.
Oh no, I've seen stuff like that before. Like, I lived in Charlie Chaplin's house, and it was completely haunted. Like, I'd be sitting there, and all of a sudden, I'd have a shoe rack on the back of the door, and a shoe would be I see it lift up and then get thrown across the room. I'd be like, "Whoa, that was crazy!" Like, just random shit. Like, and my roommate would be like, he'd blame his cat all the time. I'd be like, do you really? So then I would just screw with my roommate. I would throw shit at him, and he'd be like, Boopers. And I'm like, why do you think Boopers would throw the candlestick? Really? Like, he would just blame...
Fucking cats.
Yeah, he would just blame the ghost happenings on the cat all the time. And I'm like, your cat's not magic. There's something going on here. But I think that it was definitely haunted. Like, I believe in that stuff.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I just love hearing these kind of stories.
Oh, I have so many of those kinds of stories.
What else do you got?
Oh, I have. It's a lot. It's a lot. Lots.
A lot.
Yeah, but just, lots.
All right. Well, it's enough for a TV show is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, or another book. You never know.
Oh, another book, yeah. Well, Corey Taylor just put out his book about that. Did you read Corey Taylor from Slipknot and Stone Sour?
No.
He's got this, actually, if you grab right there, that white thing.
Wait.
The white, nope, up on top. Yeah. It's right here, actually.
Okay.
It's a funny thing happened to me on the way to heaven, or how I made peace with the paranormal and stigmatized zealots and cynics in the process.
What the hell is this? Wait a minute. So this guy is alive, and lead singer of Slipknot
and
Stone Sour, and the author of New York Times bestseller 7 Deadly Sins. What is that book about? 7 Deadly Sins?
I don't know. I haven't read that one yet, but this one is basically him and all of his ghost stories.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
That's crazy. So you don't know what the 7 Deadly Sins was about?
I haven't read it yet. I want to, though.
This is interesting because I could totally do a book like this for sure. I just had a psychic reading in the vortex of Sedona, and this woman, and then Jani came into the middle of that reading too, and wants me to do a book about him and you know my stories and our story and his death and things like that. You know, he's definitely comes forth to me a lot randomly. Because she's not really a medium, but she'll be like, there's a presence here that really is trying to contact you. I go, does he look like this? She's like, yes. And then every single person talks like him. She'll be like, I don't really cuss, but he just said he wants you to know that he's sorry for fucking up. And I'll be like, whoa. Just stuff like that. Like, I've had a 14-year-old medium contact me. This woman, I mean, every time I come in contact, he's such a strong presence trying to communicate with me. And people either think I'm fucking going crazy or it's actual, but it's bizarre. It's very cool, though.
I think that's a book you need to write.
I really want to, and supposedly he does too. So,
well, I think with the success of this book, there's a good chance that could happen. Then.
I've mentioned it, so we'll see what happens.
Very cool.
Yeah.
One last thing I was curious about, Jane. Is there any song that he ever said that he did write for you that Warren put out?
That wasn't put out?
That Warren put out. That
Blind Faith.
Blind Faith was about you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
yeah.
There you go. One last question before we get out of here.
Okay.
Obviously, Tommy Lee hung like a horse. Leo, I'm not even going to ask you about Leo because I know he's sick of talking about Leo. Here, I'm going to wrap it up really quickly. He was hung, but he made me look like a marathon runner. Boom. There you go. He was fast, I guess, according to the book.
Oh, I was like, what? I don't get it. I'm slow. Okay.
It happens. So, is it the size of the boat or is it the motion of the ocean?
I think it's, the motion of the ocean. It doesn't necessarily, I mean, for any women, it doesn't necessarily have to be size. Size is important to a degree. But a person, you just have to have chemistry with somebody, I honestly think. I don't care how big a person's dick is. If you don't have no chemistry with them, it's not going to do shit for you, basically.
Honest answer. Bobbie, thank you so much for coming by. This is a lot of fun.
Thanks.
The book is called Dirty Rocker Boys. You can find it on Amazon and
everywhere. Yeah.
Any one of your book outlets. The TV show is Ex-Wives of Rock, season number 3. You guys are shooting right now, correct?
Yeah, it'll be airing in the fall. I think September, actually, is the air date.
And, of course, you can check out all her videos on the MTV. Well, when MTV was MTV,
yeah, on
I
YouTube now, huh?
Because you were more than just the Cherry Pie Girl. I mean, you were in Hurricanes video. You were in 2 Great White videos. And
I definitely was in some videos.
Oh, shit. Before we go, there is actually one thing I wanted to ask you about. Because I was looking for...
What?
I was looking for that video of you on American Journal or whatever. Breaking the story. And this thing came up. This girl's name by the name of Sharon Brock.
Shannon.
Mm-hmm. Shannon. She was impersonating you as a stripper?
She was in Penthouse and came out with I was pregnant at the time, and a layout saying she was me, which is weird. And I think she was crazy. She was claiming like my daughter and that she was with Jani, and she did a strip thing in like in Hawaii once, and she had a threesome with these two African American women in a bathtub, and says she was me. And
yeah, that was the video that I saw.
Yeah, and just weird shit. So then I sued her, and she was in the delegation room, and she literally leaned forward and glared at me and went, "You said I could," and I lunged at her neck across, and they had to drag me out of there like, "Oh, you can't do that." And I was just like, "What the fuck? She's fucking crazy." So I sued her. I won, but like, yeah, what a crazy twist of fate, right?
Fucking insane.
Yeah, and then Jenna Jameson writes about it in her book, saying like, we treated her like shit because we knew she was faking to to be Bobbie, and we knew Bobbie, and blah blah blah. So she talks about it in her book too. But yeah, just what a weirdo, right?
Oh man,
what a weirdo!
Insane.
Just that's nickel and diming somebody. But really, if
right.
you're going to pretend to be somebody, you can't be somebody really famous, because then everybody would know. So I guess she kind of knew what she was doing. I don't know.
Obviously. Well, Bobbie, thank you so much. You are welcome anytime you want to come back.
Thanks.
If you ever need a microphone to talk shit into, it is right there. Josh, good to meet you. When your band gets rolling, please, I want you to have you guys on. Next week, I don't know exactly who my guest is going to be, but I'm working on something good, as I always am. Don't forget, check out rockstarleatherworks.com. See this nice little watch I got here?
Yeah,
Isn't that
that's
sweet?
Awesome. Yeah.
See? There you go. Bobbie Brown loves the Rockstar Leatherworks stuff.
I do.
rockstarleatherworks.com. Check them out. You can go get a car at One Stop Auto right here in LA. Hey, they approved me. I'm driving a BMW now. Yay!
Yay!
All right, there you go. Bobbie Brown, live in studio from 2014. She was right here in the Hurt Locker, right here in my bedroom. For God's sakes. Fun interview. I tried my best not to sound like a complete fucking tool bag with the beautiful Bobbie Brown looking at me. I think I did all right. I think I did okay. Ack. St. Patty's Day. Stonies. Rockville, Minnesota. Do it. The 19th, I'll be on Brett Muscat's radio show. Make sure you check that out. Hit up the Twitter machine, Izzy_Presley. Facebook.com/another effing podcast. Izzy Presley 1. Also on Facebook. And of course, the great sponsors: Beater Amplification, Rockwood Saloon, Vid-Dash Decals, Rockstar Leatherworks, Sass Pants Designs, A&P Productions doing leather, not leather, but laser engraved shit for me. That will be available very, very soon. I will see you next. We'll see you maybe one more time this year. Maybe we'll get a drunken summit in before the first of the year. See you then. I do love you all. It's another fucking podcast.